Donald Trump's campaign is making a strong response today to a story about the candidate and his ex-wife. The Daily Beast website says Ivana Trump once used the term rape in a court deposition to describe a sexual encounter with Trump.
Now, Trump denies the allegation. Earlier today, CBS This Morning spoke with Tim Mak. He's the author of the Daily Beast article who said Trump's attorney threatened him if he ran with the story.
Well, I think it was important to look into, especially since Donald Trump launched his presidential campaign, making insults about Mexican immigrants, saying that they were, quote, rapists. So it was a little bit relevant to look into his past and see exactly what might have been said about him on that topic in his personal life.
And how did Mr. Trump's lawyer respond when you asked these questions?
I think it started off a little bit reasonably. They were trying to say that the allegation was not made in a criminal sense, like you mentioned, but then it descended into insults and threats, threats of lawsuits, telling me to tread lightly and to say that whatever lawsuits that they might file against me would be disgusting. It devolved pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. So at what point did it take a turn, Tim? And you reached out to the campaign and you heard back from a lawyer. Did that surprise you?
Yeah, that surprised me a lot. I've dealt with a lot of campaigns. Very rarely does it get this acrimonious and so quickly. I've never reached out to a campaign looking for comment on a story and heard back from a lawyer, but there's nothing typical about the Trump campaign, it appears.
CBS reached out to Trump's lawyer for comment, but have not heard back. A source close to Trump told CBS, nobody speaks for Mr. Trump but Mr. Trump. Do they have a point? For example, should Trump be held accountable for what people who may or may not speak for him?
Well, I think Trump should be held accountable for this allegation. He should be asked pretty directly what he thinks of it and how he would like to respond. I think also that Trump's lawyer has represented him on a number of occasions in front of the news media, so it's very obvious that Trump has had no problem with Michael Cohen, his special counsel, speaking on his behalf in the past.
And we now have a statement from Ivana Trump. It reads, "I have recently read some comments attributed to me from nearly 30 years ago at a time of very high tension during my divorce from Donald. The story is totally without merit." So, Nancy, we want to go to you because there are certainly a lot of questions now. But in response to Tim Mak, Trump's lawyer said you cannot rape your spouse, and there's very clear case law. Do you think that Trump's association with those comments will bring him down at all in the polls?
I think that the comments made by his lawyer in the past couple of days might end up being more damaging than whatever happened with his wife at the time, Ivana Trump, all those years ago, especially because even back then, she sort of recanted her description of what happened and said it was just an uncomfortable encounter and it wasn't what she was used to with Donald Trump. And so there's enough of a gray area there that I think voters are going to make up their minds depending on how they feel about Donald Trump already. But these new comments by his lawyer basically threatening to destroy Tim Mak's life in the courts if he reports this story really go beyond the pale and sort of fit with the narrative that Trump has already created in this campaign, that he will go after anybody who says anything about him times 10. And so I think that is what could end up hurting him in the long run.
All right, Nancy Cordes in Washington. Nancy, thanks so much.
Sure thing.